I guess it's tornado season. One thing that people didn't understand, at least in this video, was that you don't stand next to doors, especially windows that are doors that are made of windows. Let's keep it real to film such a thing. This one down in Little Rock, Arkansas, and the woman that was filming said, "I think I learned my lesson," because before we saw what happened, she said, "Are you filming?" Someone asked, and she said, "Oh yeah, I'm standing right here. I'm gonna film." This is what she said afterwards. Yesterday changed my life. We were in Little Rock when the tornado hit. It was a direct hit to where we were. It sucked me out of the door. Thank God for my husband who grabbed me and tried to pull me back in. We're both injured, but okay. Here's the video as she posted there, which we saw, that almost took my life. And she says, "Stop recording tornadoes and get in shelter instead. I've learned this the hard way." I mean, I guess if you got to learn it, you got to learn it. It's one of those things that I guess we would have figured out. But it's not the only time this person got very, I guess, harrowing footage of them surviving these tornadoes that are all over the place now. This was a pest control vehicle that was also right in the path, and he was faced the wrong way. Watch.
Holy. 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 Holy.
It's scary stuff, and I believe he just kind of got himself caught up. And he did explain what was going on to ABC News, but apparently he was facing what he thought was the tornado, and the tornado came from behind him. Let's see what he had to say.
Yeah, 100% did think I was going to die. Once I saw the winds pick up the way they did, my first thing that made me bring out my phone was the clouds in front of me were actually picking up some debris. So I saw little chunks of wood and roofing just being flung around in front of me. So I knew at that point it had to be nearby. I was just trying to see if it would come close enough to where I could record it. I did not think it was going to come from directly behind me. Luckily, my van was parked the way it was. The back of it is completely enclosed with metal cabinets. So the back of it is really safe. But if I had been facing the other way, it would have went right through the windshield. Yeah, the wind was just absolutely howling. It was constantly making almost like screaming noises. I didn't have as much equipment in that van, and it didn't have the bulkhead and some of the other stuff just kind of attached to the van to make it a little bit heavier. I'm pretty sure it would have been flown away.
So he kind of got lucky. There's lots of scenarios that happened from that allowed him to get through that. You've been all over the country, Burbank. How close have you been to something like this, or if at all?
I got so lucky with tornadoes. I saw, in the desert, they have the, I don't know what they're called, dust devils.
Oh, yeah.
My fair share of dust devils. And I was like, wow, it's a tornado. But it's not really a tornado. But here in North Carolina, we're starting to get more and more tornado warnings, tornado watches. And that's just a consequence of climate change, right? It's not just temperatures getting higher. It's storms that are more intense, more frequent tornadoes, bigger tornadoes. And now I'm on tornado talk because whenever there's a tornado warning, I get kind of like obsessive and I'm always watching out the window. Like, are we going to see it? Is it going to come? One time I was driving home from Charlotte to my parents' house and there was a tornado watch and my mom's like, you better get home. And the whole time I'm just looking like, am I going to see one? Which is not very smart. But that kid he's thinking he's facing where the tornado is coming from, but it's coming from behind him. Totally something that would happen to me because kids these days, we don't know our cardinal directions because we're using that damn GPS all the time.
All the time. He thought he was on it. Once he's filming, he's like, I'm going to film this. Watch. I'm going to get this all on video. Bro, it's coming from behind you. Which, again, I think, you never know the path of a tornado. Sometimes you can tell, but other times, who knows, right?
Yeah.
I've seen some in the distance. I grew up in the Midwest, but never this close. And then once you see it, I mean, who knows, right? Which way is this going? Well, how are we going to prepare for this? But again, there's a couple things you can do, like not stand next to windows. But as this guy got lucky with his own thing, he got away from it too. So you talked about climate change and the way these are getting stronger and bigger. And actually, we saw a few in Los Angeles when we had all the rainstorms that we had the past month. And it just is kind of unpredictable. But you know what? I do kind of get wanting to see it. It's just your curiosity has to battle with your desire to live. Keep it that way.